Today we are going to talk all about an itinerary change, a very unexpected itinerary change for the Crown Princess. We're also going to talk about what a tourist did in Rome, if you can believe it, a funny story there. Also, we've got updates from Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, lots from Princess. I've got an awful lot to tell you today, so let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Wednesday. It is August 16th of 2023. I would like to start off by asking you to please subscribe to our channel. It's my firm belief that we all need to be here together. It's fun to talk about cruising, and most importantly, share our experiences so that all of us can have the best travel experience possible. So hit that subscribe button. Also, if you appreciate my updates, if you would please give this video a thumbs up. It helps more than you would think. It helps YouTube offer our video to more people so that we can have more people join us and share their experiences as well. I want to start off with a quick note from yesterday when I talked to you about that visa that is going to be required. It's looking like perhaps in 2024 for people from the United States who are traveling from Europe. Now, as I said in my video yesterday, it is not a visa like we historically think of a visa. It's not a real visa. The reason that I call it a visa is because that is the term that has been widely adopted by the media to talk about that new requirement for people traveling to the EU. All right, so when you think about it though, a visa historically has meant permission to enter somewhere, and that is what this is going to be. You're going to have to do this if you want to enter the EU, all right, if you're from the United States and from some other countries as well. And so whatever country you are from, check what your requirement is. If you are someone that has an EU passport, you can enter using that EU passport and not have to do this. Okay, so, and I also wanted to let you know that the EU has an official website for talking all about this ETIAS, and on that site it says that the ETIAS travel authorization is an entry requirement for visa-exempt nationals traveling to 30 EU countries. Alrighty, that is officially what it is. It's not even a visa waiver. It is actually a travel requirement. It's a travel authorization. So I just wanted to let you know that. But when you see them talking about these visas in the news to go to Europe and that new requirement, that is what they're talking about. Okay. Now, a quick update for us from the Crown Princess. We've got a Let's Go family member, Carrie. He lives in Vancouver and he's been on the last couple of sailings from the Crown Princess, and I've shared those updates with you. But also, he lives there in Vancouver and can see the cruise port from his home. And he said that the Crown Princess was in port way longer, like way past the time that she was set to sail, and he was up clear till after midnight and she was still there. So following what's going on, he's well connected. Apparently there was a faulty fuel barge, and so they had to get another fuel barge to fuel the ship, and so that took an awful lot of time. And I can imagine they've probably got a fuel barge that they think they're going to use, and when that one's not working, then it would be a process to get another one. So anyway, she ended up leaving Vancouver in the wee hours of the morning, and due to the tide, she was not able to go up the inside passage through those Seymour Narrows that we've talked about before. She had to go on the outside there, and so that affected their itinerary. So they are no longer going to be calling in Sitka, and they are going to go directly to Hubbard Glacier to see that tomorrow. So I hope that everyone on the Crown Princess is having a wonderful cruise in spite of that change. We really enjoyed getting to go to Sitka when we were just there. It's a fun place to visit, but I do see it showing up on a lot more itineraries than it used to. So if anyone looks to get to go back another time, I hope that it's easy to find an itinerary that'll be able to take you. And I know that sometimes people don't get the chance to go again. So I hope you do indeed have a beautiful day at Hubbard Glacier tomorrow. Okay. Now, another quick update involving itineraries. You might recall seeing in the news that when Royal Caribbean changed the itinerary due to the fires that happened in Maui, they changed an itinerary for their cruise that was set to set sail from Vancouver. Well, a lot of people got really mad because it made it so that they would just be leaving Vancouver, and then they would end up, the only port stop they would have would be in Honolulu, where everyone would be disembarking. Well, because of people's displeasure with the situation, quite frankly, Royal Caribbean has some new options. So they've altered the itinerary a little bit so that they added a port stop in Victoria and in Seattle. They also added the beautiful Nepali coast there, scenic cruising, so that people can see that. But they are also now giving people the option that if you don't want to do that, you can have a refund for your cruise. So if you happen to be booked on that cruise and you don't want to go anymore, you can go ahead and let them know that you're canceling and that you want a refund. All right. So let us know if you happen to be booked on that cruise and how it's going. It's really interesting. It'll just be interesting to see how long that area there in Maui has to stay closed and what ships are able to accommodate in the port on the other side of the island. I'm looking forward to hearing from anyone that sails in Hawaii soon and just what the situation is there. Now, I thought this was just, you know how much I love Rome. If you have been here with me at all, you know my favorite part of the world. The world is so beautiful. It's a gift and such a lovely experience to visit anywhere in the world. It happens that my very favorite place is the Mediterranean. So I noticed a headline today, and it says, "A Rome tourist stuns onlookers by climbing across a historic landmark to fill her water bottle." So apparently what happened is there in Rome, there's the fountain called the Trevi Fountain. It is indeed famous. It is extraordinarily beautiful. And when I first started going there, there was lots of seating, way more than there is now, lots of seating around it. There would be people trying to sell pictures. You had to really keep an eye on your bag, and it was like just crowded all of the time during tourist season. And but then, and there was a little bit of police around here and there, but not very much. But now they really, really, really have much more of a security presence there, and a lot more rules about where you can sit or if you can sit and all of these things. But it is very well posted that you would never think that you were supposed to climb over the barriers that they've got and get onto the fountain. Now in Rome, you can go to any fountain, and the water has been flowing for thousands of years there since these fountains were made, basically. And you can fill your water. It's safe to drink, is what I'm trying to say. So apparently this lady thought that she could go ahead and climb over everything, climb on the Trevi Fountain and fill her water bottle. Well, security was waiting for her when she got back from doing that, and were taking her away. They said the onlooker who recorded it all, she said she recorded it because she couldn't believe it was happening, but she said that she could hear the lady trying to plead her case, but they weren't listening because she had broken the rules and climbed on that. So I thought I would just let you know about that, just as a little bit of a lighthearted story there. But also, when you're in Rome, don't miss getting to see the fountains. There is so much remarkable architecture there in Rome, and I would submit that the fountains are perhaps the most glorious. They are so beautiful there. So take your time and walk. Like there's Piazza Barberini where the Triton Fountain is, and you can just like walk the whole way and go down to the Trevi and onto Piazza Navona. Right there where the Pantheon is, there's a fountain. Piazza Navona has the Fountain of the Four Rivers. It is just, don't miss that. I just had to tell you. Also, another update from another port that we need to talk about is the Orkney Islands. So the Orkney Islands there are situated there at the northern coast of Scotland, and they are famous. They're very well known for their Highland Park whiskey distillery and their ancient Neolithic site, and it's called Skara Brae. And so people want to go see there. So lots of people travel there just as regular tourists, not on a cruise ship, but they have been having more and more cruise ships call, to the point that it is really disrupting their quality of life there, they feel like. And so their local council is working out a plan to limit the number of large cruise ships who can call at one time. And they are due to report what their findings are and what their decision is on August 22nd. So I will be keeping my eye out for that. But if you really want to go to the Orkney Islands, It sounds like it is one of those places that keep your eye out and maybe go sooner than later, because as time goes on, they might limit it even more. Kind of like with Bar Harbor, Maine, they put some parameters in place, and as the season has progressed, they have tightened that up some. So just wanted to make you aware there in the Orkney Islands. I would really like to get to go see the Orkney Islands. After we got to go see the Shetland Islands and Colin Lerwick there, I think it would be amazing to see those Orkney Islands. But like I said, when you have such a small area, and they said that they can have up to 7,000 cruise passengers in one day, I could see how that would be really overwhelming for that whole area there. Another quick update I wanted to let you know is Celebrity Cruises. We heard in the news yesterday the Celebrity Equinox is going to start sailing out of Port Canaveral. Not until almost the very end of 2024, the beginning of December there is when that is going to start. But I just love that these cruise lines that haven't sailed out of a port for a while or ever are going to start sailing out. Like we've got the Caribbean Princess is going to start sailing out of Port Canaveral in November of 2024. And so we've just got a lot to look forward to. Celebrity, as they talked about their 2024-2025 winter season there. The Caribbean is always big, but it's the biggest in the wintertime because so many people want to get away from the snow and the cold. They combined, they are going to be introducing like 40 new itineraries. So kind of think about that. I really like that they're introducing new itineraries, because sometimes I look at the itineraries for the Caribbean and I'm like, oh, that's just the same as that one, which is just the same as that one. And so often in the Caribbean, you really are just trying to decide the price point that you want to pay, because there are so many cruise lines that sail in the Caribbean, as well as really what you want your onboard experience to be. I love that Celebrity is going to offer their onboard experience as well as a lot of new itineraries. I'm excited to see them as they come out. They are going to go for sale on August 22nd. So if you need help with that, send me an email. I would be delighted to help you. But I'm really thrilled that they are shaking things up, it sounds like, a little bit there in the Caribbean. Now, another, sounds like Princess is trying to be a little bit more creative in how they fill their ships. They're looking at some cruises, it seems like, and trying to offer things to help them fill up some of the cruises that maybe have more room than they would like at this point. So on the October 7th through 14th sailing on the Discovery Princess, they are going to host the first ever Magic Castle Conjurers Cruise, is what they're calling it. And like I said, it's a week long. It's October 7th through the 14th. And it is going to be done in connection with Hollywood's Magic Castle, known as the home to the Academy of Magical Arts. And so they are going to have lots of special experiences, events on board. And during the course of that cruise, they are going to sail round trip out of Los Angeles, but they are going to call in San Francisco and San Diego and Ensenada, Mexico as well. But here are the things that they are going to do and include in that. They're going to have magic workshops and lectures, Taste of Magic, offering magic-inspired cocktails and libations, and a Magic of Cooking demonstration, a display of the interesting artifacts from Magic Castle's collection, a Magic Castle themed cocktail parties, dinners, and brunches, specially themed films on the outdoors movie Under the Stars screen, as well as a presentation that tells the story of how Magic Castle started. So if you are interested in those kinds of things, you might want to take a look at that cruise, October 7th, 2023. So it's coming up really soon. If you need help with that, of course, you can send me an email as well. I'd be happy to help you with that. And also, if you are going on that cruise, if you are booked on that cruise and you would not enjoy that, you might, I guess you're within final payment window, huh? Yeah, I think you're stuck. So anyway, throwing that out there. I guess if you're interested, you can go ahead and book that. Just a couple of other things here really quickly. I thought you would like to know, Portland in the UK is becoming increasingly a more popular port stop. This year, they made a really big deal. They debuted this deep water port so that larger cruise ships can come and dock there in Portland in the United Kingdom. the really interesting thing to me is I love that they hosted the port workers there in Portland in the UK. They invited them on board, gave them a tour of the ship, and had a nice lunch for them. And so to me, I think that I love they're trying to build goodwill there with the officials there in the port. And another thing that I love about Portland, if you are going to go to Portland in the United Kingdom, as you look at the map, one of the things that it is really known for is it is along the Jurassic coast there of England. The Jurassic coast is amazing, and in fact I think that's where we're going to spend some of our days going to see when we go early for our Norway cruise. I have wanted to go to the Jurassic coast for really years and years and years. And you can walk along the sea there, and they've got these cliffs that as there are storms, a little bit falls, but all of these fossils come out, and from the Jurassic period, right? That's why it's called the Jurassic coast. And then also, as the tides come and go, a lot of fossils are washed up that way. So you can just walk along, and if you see a little fossil, you can pick it up. They have rules, of course, that you you can't remove things that are not loose. If they're in situ, like they're stuck in position there, you're not supposed to try to remove them. But if you are walking along and there's a little ammonite there, you can pick that up and keep that as a remembrance of your day there. And so I just wanted to let you know, this is such a good reminder to me that we all need to do all of this research whenever we are going somewhere so that we don't miss some of the coolest things. So if you're going there and there is an excursion that goes to do something like that, you might want to think about it. I really appreciate you all being here with me today. We are going to have lots more to talk about tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Christmas market river cruises tomorrow. I've got some options for you that I've been thinking about that we might do even this year. I don't know. But before you book a river cruise for a Christmas market, let me talk to you about it. So we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. So put any questions that you've got about river cruises for Christmas markets down below, or even just in general, because there's a lot going on in river cruising right now, and I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. So I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.